So all I need to start my pond build is a new cup and some breast milk. Lovely. Right then guys, did go to work today but I finished a little bit early, so I'm home a little tiny bit early and the missus and the boy are down in Kent until Saturday, so yeah, been wondering what to do, to be honest. So what I have got up to, I'll show you in a minute. What I've got, some greens for the koi. They love an iceberg lettuce. Is that an iceberg lettuce? Some sort of lettuce anyway, but main pond will have 1.5 and the toes will have the rest, but I can tell you now they love that. I got a nice cup of coffee. Don't know if you can hear the dog. She's got a lovely bone up there from the butcher's. But yeah, buzzing from the show, guys. I'm slowly getting through all the comments from the last video. Takes a long time to answer all those comments. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I do try to, well, I do actually answer every single one. But yeah, it takes a bit of time, to be honest. But I've got the last 20 or 30 to answer now, later on this afternoon, or this evening I should say. So what have I been up to? Right, absolutely buzzing from the National. So loads of people have commented saying, oh, now you're going to get proper into it, now you love it. Well, I don't know, I might not have told anyone, but I'm actually going to the Great British Koi show as well, which is in Newark. I think it's the 26th, 27th of August. My local show actually is on the 28th of August, which is a Monday, which is the bank holiday. So I've got a VAT in Newark, so I'm definitely gonna go up there. I got to try to find somewhere to stay up there for the Friday and the Saturday night, and then depending on what the fish are like on the Sunday after the Newark show, there's a possibility I'll just drive straight down to my local show and plop them in the vat there. However, they were a little bit clamped up on the Sunday in the National Koi Show. Don't know why. Maybe there was quite a lot of vary in the temperatures there, to be honest, over the course of the 2 days. You know, it was like you know, I had sweaty inner thighs and rollicks in the morning, and then I had my rain jacket on in the afternoon, so I'm sure the koi were feeling it, the varying temperatures, as much as I did, because I'm sure those vats will actually go up and down pretty drastically, to be honest. There's no insulation there, is there? So anyway, to that end of things, I'm definitely on another koi show soon, so that's good. So we've got to get these things back into condition for that. So we're heavy on the feed again now. I might and the weekend now put the feeder up a little bit more. Just got to take it easy with the filter, like I said. You know what I mean? You're not just keeping fish, you're keeping bacteria, aren't you? So I can't just whack that Profi auto feeder back up to about 3 minutes. You know, I was feeding 250 grams a day before I done that little fluke treatment. So so yeah, what am I up to now? I'm probably up to about 100 grams, 125 grams a day ish, I guess. So we'll bring it up to about 150 grams now soon, and then we'll keep checking the water to make sure that's okay. But fish are looking buzzing, they're loving it, and the tozai are great as well. Anyway, so what I've been up to, well, the missus is away, so I'm gonna play. So what I have done is started my new koi build, my koi pond build. I mean, not per se started digging, but what I have done is something that I was dreading doing. Do you know what I mean? And they say the biggest part of starting any project is getting off your ass. And yeah, I just started it now. So let's spin you around and show you what I've done. Right, there we are then, guys. So I don't know if you've ever seen my channel before, but right there used to be a set of stairs. Now there's just a little bits of extra timber and a cut off post. So my stairs have changed to that side. So I literally, the day after the show, took all of these stairs down, re-put the thing there so the boy doesn't fall down, and put everything that side. Not ideal for for the view of the pond, but this is a necessity for me to start my new pond here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to move all of this stuff here out the way. And what I'm thinking about doing today is I've got some old batten, so I'm going to make up basically a batten shaped drum which I plan on using there. Now I'm not going to lie to you, I've been doing a lot of thinking over the last couple of days, and what I have thought about is what drum I'm going to be using. Now, no matter what you guys think, I ain't made of money, right? I work very hard for every penny I get. It's just I squirrel money away to buy things that'll make my life a lot more interesting, which is normally koi stuff, right? I'll let you know that I'm going to be selling my rib soon, and I've got a little engine down there that I'm going to sell soon. So that's a good couple of grand, which will actually pay for my pond build. So realistically, I'm giving up the rib because I've nearly died in it twice. No shit. Yeah, no gen up, I really have. I've come out of it doing 50 knots, 2 miles out to sea. Luckily, I survived that. And then, yeah, I hit the bank of a estuary up Neath River, doing about 30 knots there. I don't know really, I was this close to hitting a wall as well. So thing is with me, if I've got anything that can go fast, I have to go fast. And I've got 9 lives, but I think a lot of those have gone, okay, because I've actually been injured quite a few times now over in Afghan and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's going because I want to live to try to get GC at some point in some show. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? But anyway, I got to grow the fish first of all to get into that category. So for that end of things, we're building a new pond. The funds are going to come from me selling my rib, pretty much. Yes, I'm going to start spending now, but then obviously I'm going to sub myself again when the rib's gone. So I'm going to get the garage cleared out this weekend, possibly. And then I think maybe I'll travel down on Sunday, pick up the rib, take it back, put it in there, give it a good jet wash, advertise it. And I'm not asking the world for it, so I'm sure it's going to go pretty quick. So I've actually reduced like what it's worth just to get rid. And then I can start buying some stuff. Need a new Momotaro Baki shower, need 2 bottom drains, need pipe work, need some sort of filtration system again. So this is what we're talking about. So I'm seriously conferring with myself whether I'm going to use that Oase drum again. Because do you know what? I've got it. And there's nothing wrong with it. I slag off that little bit of poo buildup, but I've got something in my mind that can definitely sort that out, and maybe it's just the way I've plumbed it in. Who knows? So I'm not going to slag off that thing too much because it could well be my fault, so that would be unfair to do so. So to that end of things, 2 bottom drains in a 5,000 gallon pond. I can pull maximum 17.5 litres, 1,000 litres per hour through each bottom drain. That's a tick in the box. I've got, so that'll turn over the pond absolutely fine. Do you know what I mean? So how many litres are in 5,000 gallons? So this is 2,200 gallons. That's 10,000. So 20,000. What? That's 25,000. I top of my head, really quick maths. So the drum running flat out, which at the moment it's running flat out in there now, and it actually works its best when it's pulling that much. Is turning the pond over just over every hour, just under every hour. I mean, so that's amazing. That's perfect. Plus, I've got the 2 Baki showers going, which will have 80 to 100 kilos of Baki house media. on 2 backy house showers. Now obviously I can get way more in there, but I want to actually, the top couple of tiers I actually want to do with no media in there, just to smash the water through and degas it a little bit. So that's my idea anyway. So to that end of things, what I want to do is I want to make a form out of batten with the size of my Oase drum. Now it's 120 long and about 80 wide, but you know, thinking about that and measuring it on there is one thing. Actually putting it there, it's a totally different thing, because you get a real good view of what it's going to look like. So I'm going to make a batten form of the exact circumference of the Oase Compact L. Now obviously what I'm aware of is not enough moving media in there, so I want a lot of media if I can. So I think what you can get, and what I'm going to look into later on, is the you can get the XL bio bed, I think it is. It just, you know, slots on to your actual your actual drum. So that will give me, I think it says it holds 100 litres of Helix Pro, but it can't do. That must be something just so it's very sparsely and it's moving around a lot, but I'm pretty sure that'll take 150, 200 litres of K1. So yes, I could make my own little bio chamber. That's absolutely true. And there's, I'm not saying I'm not going to do, but like I wouldn't mind buying actually the main thing to go there. That's not going to break the bank. They're not cheap, but they're not like, it's not drum price. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, all you're buying is literally kind of the drum carcass with 2 baskets in it and an air stone. So that's good, right, baby? So that's my thoughts there. So let's do this now, and I'll talk about, and I'll put you up some drawings. In fact, what I'll do now is I'm going to put a drawing of the side, no, a bird's eye view of the pond first of all, which is going to go on now. So that's the bird's eye view, very rudimentary drawing. The scale of it is about right though. Each one of those squares that you can see in the background is a square meter. So the pond internally would be 6 meters by 3 meters by, the bottom drain will be 4.5 feet, and then onto the sides with the slight slope from the drain will go to 4 feet. I personally would rather surface area over depth anytime. I don't particularly want any problems with fish health, so I think bladder problems I think are probably caused below the height of below the depth of 4.5 feet. Now obviously if a fish is going to have a bladder problem, that might not be the case, but I certainly don't see the point in going too deep. Comment below if you think I'm wrong, but I think 4.5 feet is ample. Not going 5.5, not going 6. Some people do, I'm not going to. Good girl. And then we've got four inlets. So we've got 2 inlets coming from one side, and we've got 2 inlets coming from the other side. Now they're pushing all the way down the long flanks of the pond, which will give it that rotation that we need, you know what I mean, for fish health. We're making it into a treadmill effectively for fish, okay? And also that will spiral all the poop and waste to the centre drains. I've got a really good idea for how I'm going to do the centre drains, which I'll explain on a latter video probably. But I've been thinking really diligently how I'm going to make the curves on the side, how I'm going to make the slope, because I can remember pouring the slab on this small pond and trying to form the fall into the drain is difficult. You know, you're hanging off bloody scaffolding planks and you're trying to do it, and you know it's very difficult to do. Even when you've got like your height markers with the pegs in the ground, it's very hard to do. So I thought of a good idea to do in this one, which is going to make it very easy, and it's going to look the dog's bollocks, and who knows, might even become the industry standard way to do it. Who knows? But anyway, we're going to do that. We're going to do the pump house. Pump house is going to be nice again. It's not going to be as cozy and as big as that one. However, that one was over the top, but I loved it. I loved making that, and I loved being in it, and I love everything about that thing. However, This will have ample space. Well, we're going to find out in a minute anyway when I make this form and mark things out on the floor. So, what else are we talking about? Yeah. So I'm not going to go too far in depth, but what we'll do now is, on the video now, I'm going to put a drawing of the side view. So this is the view of you looking at this, you know, the side of the pond, basically. I was not considering putting a window in, because if you looked at the top bird's eye view, you've noticed that I put a window inside the pump house, so I can inspect the fish inside the pump house. I didn't really want a window on the pond on the outside, but I am actually thinking about, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to put a 3 meter by a meter window in there. I know it's probably going to cost an arm and a leg, and I'll need to get like a small little hand craney thing to fit it into situ, but I just think that 3 meter window would, on a 6 meter pond, would look absolutely incredible, you know, because what I'm thinking about is the future, when I've got like 75, 80 cm fish in there, you know, with a meter window, you just see a little flash of them, but with a whole 3 meters, do you know what I mean? They've got 3 body lengths to swim past you, which will be like London Aquarium kind of territory, isn't it? So, but I don't know anything about prices. I don't even know if it's possible, but well, I can't see why not. Do you know what I mean? I've seen some pretty impressive windows. They've nearly finished one of those lettuces already. They love it. Yeah, so right, okay, so let's just make a form. Let's get this stuff out of here behind me, make a form, and I'll get back to you. Right, job's a good one. So that is the exact size as my Oase Compact L, 1.2 by 80 by 85 high. Okay, so that gives me a brilliant idea of how big that is going to be in my filter house. So what I'm going to do is, I'm leaving 24 inches from the start of the pond wall there for the pipework, because if you refer back to my drawings, you'll notice that from the 2 bottom drains, they'll be coming straight underground here. They'll probably be about 3 foot underneath my ground, underneath my feet here, and the 2 purge lines will go straight into the drain there. That drain, if I take off the top, is literally 3 feet deep. I'll show you in a minute. So what's going to happen is, first of all, obviously it's going to come here with 2 T's underneath, and then we'll have 2 ball valves coming here, Bosch, straight in to the 2 bottom inlets, which I think is what I'm going wrong with that one, because I've got one on the bottom inlet and then another one on the top inlet. Nevertheless, they're waste inlets, so I shouldn't have that problem. I'm only saying it. But that is my Oase Compact L. Not quite sure what volume of pond water that will actually, you know, deal with, but the one thing, I'm not worried about the drum. I think the drum is going to work an absolute champ. Right, what I'm worried about is the bio. So the bio is half of this. So in this bio chamber here, I can't remember how much media have I got. Have I got 100 litres in there, or is it 80 litres, something like that? But ideally what I would like is another chamber by here, okay? Because that would be absolutely perfect. Now I know you can get a, can't remember what it's called, you can get the XL moving bed. I think you can get a smaller moving bed as well. And if I can't get that, you can get those, it's the one that fits on the back of there, so you can put submersible pumps in it, and it's got baskets. I can quite easily convert that one to a moving bed, and that one I reckon will come back literally to the drain just out of view here. Okay. Another idea is having the drum that way. Okay, so this here, where I'm standing, you can't see it that right there, but literally, where am I? So that line here, all the way across there, is going to be the wall. Okay, so I've got enough room there to put the two bottom, the two bottom drains. One will come up there. Oh my God, it's harder than it looks to do it on the camera. And one there, go straight into the drum. Okay, from there, then exit the drum, and we could have, in fact, this will probably go back a bit further here, and then we could have another chamber in here, which is pretty much an L chamber, which will still give me a decent bit of walk around here. Okay, so that is the two things that we could do there. If I was going to pull up the two pipes from there, then this would actually go a lot closer to the wall there. It would go literally a butt up against it, and that's where it would stay. So, and I'm sure the smaller unit is 80 by 80, I think. I think it's kind of the same as the compact M, but it's just a bio bed. You know, so there's a few ways around this. So I don't know. What do you reckon? I reckon there's plenty of room for me to walk in there. Plenty of room for pipe work and all. This is going to be a solid concrete, a brick wall all the way through. Attach it to the pond. It's going to be a brick wall this side. Who knows? So there's still a lot of brainstorming to go on with these, with the placements of these drums. Alternatively, I think I could get rid of the Oase. So if I put this back here, like so, so again, if we do it from this angle, if I did go with the Profi stainless drum, I do believe it is 85 long. So 85 long is here. So that is where the drum would be. It's basically two of those slabs, and then I could have a bigger moving bed. But do I want to waste £5,200 on a new drum and a new bio bed when all I need to do is buy a new bio bed? Alternatively, actually just block one in and fiberglass it. Who knows yet? Then guys, just done a bit of research. You get two sizes. One is pretty much the same size as my compact L, which is 1200 long, which won't really fit there. But you can also get the small one, which is 600 long. Fits there like a glove. So it states that you can get 50 litres of Helix Pro in one of these. It's not. I'm sure I've got between 80 and 100 litres in mine, moving absolutely fine. So on a 5,000 gallon pond, do you reckon between 100 and 200 litres, well, 100 to 150 litres of K1 is going to be enough? I think it will be, but I don't want to think, I want to know. So please comment, whoever's got a 5,000 gallon pond or who's in the know, do you reckon 100 to 150 litres, a minimum of 100, maximum 150, 200 litres of K1 is going to be enough? Pretty sure it is. But anyway, that's what an 800 by 600 K1 moving bed looks like. And I can guarantee you there, that is absolutely, that is absolutely solidly full of K1, and it's moving like a champ. No dead spots anywhere, moves absolutely fine. Yeah, let me know, guys. And like I said, I've got 30,000 litres an hour running on that, coming straight from the pump. I'm going to have 2 of these running, 4 tiers on the pond as well. So let me know. Fish are absolutely loving life. Got a little bit of that mind your own business then. Let's see how it gets on. But yeah, pond is dosed up with a bit of salt at the moment. But fish are looking happy and nice bit of flow there. Quick little look at the tone side for you guys. Don't look at that, they've just demolished their lettuce, bless them. But absolutely fine. I'm going to do a water check on that. I'm feeding them currently at 30 seconds a day on feed, which is about 38 grams of food. There's about 20 tozai in there, so and they're currently at like 23, 24 degrees, so they're loving life, I think. Doesn't seem to be any problems in there, touch wood. So yeah, just leave them be. And I can definitely tell one thing. On that sake colour, they are definitely looking a lot more vibrant. That Benny is definitely popping. A couple of the Sakai toes I had last year looked a bit washed out, but they are definitely, that the pigment in that Benny is 100% gathering in the centres of all their scales. You can see them. When I put them in there, they were just orange. Now they are 100%, definitely accumulating that, and that pigment is definitely raising to the surface. So I'm buzzing about that. Definitely, possibly a couple of fish in there that I might take to the new up show. So to that end of things, guys, I need your help. So first of all, I'd like you to comment on the amount of K1 Helix Pro. Same thing, different day. 6 of one, half dozen of the other. So I've got 3 bags of that spare that come with the Oase drum. So please let me know what your recommendations is about the moving bed between 100 and 150 litres. I think that's pretty good. It's a 5,000 gallon pond, which ain't massive, but it's a serious size. Do you know what I mean? We've got 2 Momotaro Baki showers, which is going to be on it. I'm still looking for a second-hand one, so if anyone's got a second-hand Momotaro Baki shower, I would love to hear from you. Also, that's going to have 2, 4, 6. I've got like 80 kilograms of BHM at the moment, which I'm quite happy with. I really want to put 30,000 an hour over each one. So to that end of things, I'm going to try to find someone who can make a double width Baki shower skimmer, so I can have a 30,000 pump on each one. Yep, each one. So that'll probably sit slap bang center in the middle of the top end of the pond, because I need to get a little bit of room, because the pumps will be underneath it and they're just going to pump straight over the Baki shower. So what I'm doing with this one, and I don't get any problem with clarity or any kind of like, it just works fine. So I'm not going to slow it or back pressure the pumps going through any sort of like tempest or bead or something like that. Quite interested with beads though, but I'm not going to have one yet. Right, yeah, so that's that. Again, so let me just talk about the base. What I've been thinking about with the base is, when I pour the slab for the base, I'm going to pour it totally flat, all right? So take my time, totally flat. When we end up building the first course of blocks, I'm going to get my mate Nikki to come and help me this time. Now, I built this pond, quite happy with it. It's not 100% perfect. This one, I want absolutely pristine perfect, okay? So I'm going to call in some experts to do some block work, and I'm going to call in a top boy to do some fiberglass in. Matt, you're going to be booked soon, mate. So to that end of things, when we're doing the base, the first layer of block work is going to be not just block and flat, but block and flat long ways going into the pond, okay? That's the first layer of the pond on the base, flat base. Then we're going to do normal block on flat all the way up, tie it into the wall on the back, everything, that's all thought out, okay? The pipe work, down the bottom end of the pond, that's going to be coming up the double feed, top and bottom kind of shotgun going through. That pipe work is going to go underneath the slab. It's all going to be insulated. I'm going to insulate every single bit of pipe on this, including the drains. They are going to be insulated with whatever kind of insulation I can find, which is good for the size. Before I do the slab, I want this pond to be thermally efficient as I can, do you know what I mean? To eliminate just chucking money down the drain with wastage with electrical goods, because as far as I'm aware, when that drain is pulling through the slab, it's just dissipating heat through the slab, through the soil, whatever. That ain't happening on this pond. The pipe work coming back into the pond is also going to go underneath the slab, one side is, and it's going to come up. And what I'm going to do is, when we're doing the slabs, I'm going to core drill every single block that goes on there, and then put the pipework through the block, which comes out, put some rebar all the way around it to strengthen that a little bit more again. Bear in mind, it's only going to be a 2-inch pipe coming through it with 2 returns, top and bottom, and then we'll backfill that with concrete. Well, we'll insulate it and backfill it with concrete. So that's what I'm going to do with the return. So they're in the wall and they're invisible. You can't see them. The inlets on the other side of the pond is not going to be a problem, because that's going to be inside the pump house. It's just going to be drilled through the wall out. So for that end of things, the slab with the block on flat long ways going in, and then the block on that way then built up. This will give me a natural, what is a block? 4 inches. So that 4 inches then will be my slope into the center of the drain. With the 2 drains in the bottom, like you can see there, okay, strategically placed, so they're the right, dimensions and the right width away from the walls and all that kind of stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get some MDF or some ply, and I'm going to cut a long oblong kind of shape with 2 rounded corners, okay? So when I'm actually pouring, when I'm doing the slope of the slab, I'm gonna put those over the 2 drains, okay? Attach it to the slab temporarily, and then pour the slab and bevel them in from the tops of those blocks all the way down to that bit there. So when that goes off and I take off that bit of MDF in the center, I'm gonna have pretty much a gully from each drain. So all the muck is gonna all fill up into that little gully and then find its way across. Okay, so that's the idea I've got, and I think that's quite cool. And if I don't do the whole gully, what I'm gonna do is at least dustbin lid size, cut 2 forms and do it over each drain. So we've got a step down and then into the drain. Okay, so that's my idea. Don't know why, just want to do it because I want to see it look cool. And I think it's going to work well as well, okay? So that's that. On the sides, when it's all insulated and mats come down and we've done a bit of diligent, insulating with all that kind of stuff, the corners of the pond, where normal people have it at 45, I thought of something different. So when it's all insulated, I'm going to get some... Have you ever seen the floors that you can see in hospitals and stuff like that, where they're flat and then they sort of like kick up onto the wall, so it's easy to mop and clean and all that kind of stuff? Well, those forms you can buy on the internet. They're you can get them, I think, maybe 38 to 50 mil, sizes. So what I'll do is, when it's all insulated, get some foam, squirt it down the corners and push that form in, so we've got a natural bend on each corner instead of the old 45 degrees. Looks nice, but let's try the bend way. I'm sure it's going to be a lot more efficient, you know what I mean, and a lot neater looking. And also what I'm going to do is that up onto each corner of the wall, so not just the floor all the way around, but each 4 corners go all the way up and then accept onto the slabs on the top. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I've been thinking about. If I don't use that form because I can't get it wide enough, there's a massive chance that I might get 3 or 4 inch pipe, and if I can make some sort of jig to rip it down and rip it into quarters, then that will be even better, because that will probably give me, a little bit more of a circumference. But we shall see. So as you can see, I'm always thinking, and I'm always thinking about this new pond. There's probably some other bits and bobs that I've thought that I'm not going to bore you with. Probably bored you quite enough. But anyway, what else was I going to say? Don't know. I'm just buzzing to do this. Obviously, my garden's on a bit of a slant. When I do this pond, have I showed you the dimensions? I'm sure I have. But if you look back here, so right up, or in the back there, just above my finger, and just about there, you can see 2 buttons down the bottom end of the garden. That will be the end of the pond. That is 6 meters away internally from exactly the top by here where I'm going to start. 3 meters internally, unfortunately, goes to about halfway on this slab. Well, probably about where my finger is. So I'm going to have plenty of walkway to go down when the pond build's going on. But what I'm going to have to do is rip that down, dig down, because that's unfortunately got to come up. When the pond's done, I'm going to save all the spoil, right? It's going to go somewhere here, I don't know where, but we're going to save it somewhere. And then at the bottom of the pond, where you can see that level there, okay, I'm going to do a retaining wall across the rest of the pond, rest of the garden, and then we're going to totally level this section because I don't like the slope. So from my patio here, it's going to step down one, and then we're going to have another nice flat walkway because fell off my chair a couple of weeks ago, sunbathing, sitting this way, back on, went back on the thing, and I tumbled over and I actually got stuck right by there, and then a pot fell on my head, and I'm not talking shit. You can ask my missus. She was creased over, buckled, laughing. So if it's not worse, not bad enough, just falling off your chair, then one of the plant pots hit me on the head as well. It's literally a cartoon moment. Don't worry about Wolf's koi tower. It's a jigsaw. I can take that down and put it back up within a day, and I'll be bored at some point. Or I can just actually cut the pillars, or dig around the pillars. I can actually move it, so that's not a problem. Yeah, so looks like I'm going to be buying a small moving bed from Oase. Oase, if you're watching this, you could give me one. But anyway, failing that, I'll buy one. I'm sure I'm going to buy one. But anyway, guys, thank you very much again from the show. Hope to see you in the Newark show, the All British Koi show, I believe it's called. Buzzing to go there now. Buzzing. I got 2.5 meter vat again, which ain't as big as the others, so it'll make it look a bit fuller. Probably going to take a lot of the fish that I did, providing they're okay, closer to the time when I'm benching them. But I think definitely I've got 1 or 2 more fish that I might take along for a ride. So yeah, that's going to be really good. If there's any lovely little country pubs which are like B&Bs in and around the area of the koi show, if you know where it is, please let me know, because I do love a quaint old medieval pub to sit down and have a pint in, and even better when you can just walk straight to your bedroom. Apart from that, guys, yeah, quite possibly do another video the weekend. Not quite sure what on yet, but I got loads of stuff up my sleeve. Anyway, might go take the dog for a walk. Until next time, don't think I've got any more shit to say today, but until next time, from me and a couple of the champions in there, see you again.